Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be showing you how to make a 3D flowered granny square. This is going to look all complicated, like it was really hard to make, but it wasn't. It's going to be so simple and it's really fast working. So you're going to want to have 4 colors of yarn. I have a light yellow, a dark yellow, a bright pink, and a turquoise. First, we're going to start with an adjustable loop. And I'm using a 5mm hook. Of course, this will work with any size hook and any color yarn that you have. So we're going to start off with our adjustable loop, and we'll put 8 single crochets into this loop. We're going to join now, give that tail a pull to close our circle a bit. We're going to join to the top of our first single crochet with a slip stitch. I'm going to chain up 2, cut my yarn, and pull that yarn through. Give this a good yank to make my little knot. And now you can weave in these little tails and it'll be easier for round number 2. So we're going to grab our darker yellow color or whatever color you'd rather use, and meet me back after you sew in your tails. All right, round number 2. We have our darker yellow. We're going to start with a slip knot. It's not going to make any difference on our little circle here where you start. Just go up underneath one of your stitches, hook the dark yellow on, chain up 3, go back into that same place and make another double crochet. So in this round we are putting 2 double crochets into each one of our stitches. So we should have a total of 16 double crochets by the time we finish round number 2. When you get to the end, join to the top of your chain 3 there with a slip stitch, cut the yarn, knot it off, and you can sew in your ends and we'll be ready for round number 3. All right, round number 3, we're going to be working into the spaces in between our stitches. So not into the stitch itself, but into the space in between. Doesn't matter where you start. We're going to be working on our petals now. So I've switched over to my petal color, which I've chosen to be a bright pink color. We're going to chain up 3, and into that same space we are going to put a double crochet. Into the same space we're going to put a triple crochet. Right? Next we're jumping over to our next space in between with a triple crochet to start. Into that same place we'll put a double crochet, and then we will chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Go back into that same place and join it together with a slip stitch. So that is our first petal there. So we made our 1 petal over 2 of our stitches. See? So for our next petal, we're going to jump over to our next space in between, join it with a slip stitch, and repeat. So we chain up 3, make our double crochet, our triple crochet, jump to the next space in between, make our triple, our double, and chain 3, go back in, join with our slip stitch. See? That's working out pretty nicely, isn't it? So for this little tail, I'm going to take care of this tail and finish up my petals, and I'll meet you back. I'm going to weave in my ends. When I get over here to the end, I'm not going to join to the top. I'm going to join into this space here where I started with a slip stitch. All right, I'll meet you back when you're done. All right, the end of round number 3, your flower should be looking like this. It's already showing a little bit of attitude here, some personality, right? It's ruffling its little petals. So in order to make this 3D, next we're going to grab our base color for our granny square. I've chosen a turquoise color. We're going to go ahead and make a slip knot and then turn your flower upside down. Okay, what we're going to be looking for is find one of your petals and look for the stitch down here in round number 2, this stitch right here that's in the middle. That's the stitch that we're aiming for. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to start by putting my hook through this bottom stitch here, and I'm going to grab my yarn and I'll hook it together with a slip stitch. Okay, next I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just going to move that tail, get that out of the way. I'm going to skip this petal altogether, and I'm going to find the stitch in the middle of my 3rd petal. And go down here, hook my hook up underneath that strand there, and join it with a slip stitch. And get it all the way through all those strands. And then we chain 5, skip a petal, and we just repeat that all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be our last one. So we skip this petal, join to the middle of this petal, slip stitch, and then one more set of the 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to join it over here to our little slip stitch with another slip stitch. Okay, don't do anything, don't cut your yarn. We're still going to use it. Same color, okay? We're just setting up the base for our background. So flip your flower back around so that it's the right side is facing you again. Oh, these tails drive me crazy. Get that out of the way. What we're going to be doing now is working into these chains, into this big space here. We'll slip stitch to get over into this chain here. Oops, I just chained. Let me figure this out the right way. I'm going to go in there and then slip stitch. Sorry. Okay. We're going to put 2 sets of 3 double crochets. So we're going to chain 3 first. 1, 2, 3. That'll be our first double crochet. Next, put 2 more double crochets, chain 1, and then put your next group of 3 double crochets. Okay, chain 1, turn your flower. We're going to find the next big space here, and that's where we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to make 3 double crochets, chain 1, same place, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and find your next space. Do the same thing into the next 2. When you get done, go ahead and join it to the top of your first chain 3 spot with a slip stitch. I'll meet you back after you finish that. All right, your project should be looking like this. After you finish that round of the double crochets, next we're going to slip stitch over to a chain 1 space. We'll start over here in the chain 1 space, okay? Chain up 3, same place, make 2 more double crochets, chain 1 in between each group of your 3, and we'll go back into the same place and make another group of 3. So that'll be our first corner, okay? So right here we just have our circle. We're switching it into a square now. This is our first corner. Remember, chain 1 after each group of your 3 double crochets, and then into the next chain 1 place, put your group of 3 double crochets, chain 1, and now we're going to make our second corner. Chain 1, 3 double crochets, and chain 1, and then this is our side, so we're just putting a group of 3, chain 1, and now this will be our third corner. Chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, our side just gets the one group of the 3 double crochets and a chain 1, and then our last corner, this will have the group of 2 double crochets. I meant the 2 groups of 3 double crochets, and then our final side is just the 3. Chain 1, join it to the top of your chain 3 spot, slip stitch over to the corner, and then you just continue on this way, the same way that we were doing here. So in your corners spaces, that's where you're going to make the 2 groups of the 3 double crochets, and then in each one of these chain 1 spaces, just make 1 group of the 3, and you just keep going and going and going until your project is as big as you'd like it to be. All right, so I've added 2 more rounds onto mine just to show you a little bit more what it is. Look how cute this is, right? It's super 3D. It's got a lot of ruffle, so looks really really cute, and like it was difficult to make, but you just saw how simple it was, right? So go ahead, kiss your brain, as they say. Mwah! And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what projects you'd like me to help with in the future. All right, until then, bye. Thanks for watching.